welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Blossom Tyrell and I talk about all things business, beauty, and lifestyle. So if that sounds cool to you, make sure you hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. So I got a lot of questions about my how I saved $20,000 by the time I was 21 years old video. And a lot of the questions were concerning high yield savings accounts. How do you choose them? What's right for you? What do I even do to get started? And today we're going to be talking about just that. So for those of you who don't know, a high yield savings account is just that. It's a savings account that offers a high return and a high interest rate for you as a consumer. The bank is paying you to keep your money in that bank. A high yield savings account is typically maybe like 5 to 10 times the national average of a normal savings account, which is usually like the Bank of America's, the Chase Bank, that offer usually 0.01 interest rates. So having your money in a high yield savings account can offer you a lot of good money just for doing nothing. Usually high yield savings accounts are a very good way to have your first avenue of passive income. It's not like the greatest amount of money, but it is something, and it can be really significant if you have a good amount of money saved there. So we're going to talk about the best high yield savings accounts that I've come across and that you should look into. So some qualities you want to make sure you look for in a savings account. Make sure they're like reputable. Make sure you've heard of them. And if you're new to banking or new to finance in general, it may make sense that you haven't heard of them, but like look around, shop around, and make sure you know at least what you're kind of getting into. Make sure it is FDIC insured. A lot of bank accounts, new up and coming bank accounts and saving accounts are not FDIC insured, and that just means the Federal Deposit Insurance Commission, the FDIC, the government is going to regulate your money and they'll insure you up to $250,000 if anything were to happen to your money or to that bank. If the government has its backing behind it, then you too can probably put your money in there. If not, maybe stay away. I don't know. And if this is your first high yield savings account, I would definitely look into savings accounts that offer very low or $0 minimum deposits. A lot of bank accounts and high yield savings accounts make you have like $25,000 to start or even $5,000 to start. And it's like, if you don't have that money, just keep it going, because there are a lot of good high yield savings accounts that can offer you a lot of return with zero to start. Number 5 on the list is HSBC Bank, offering 0.70% interest rate. And that's not a bad interest rate considering a lot of the high yield savings accounts are slashing their interest rates like crazy. Some of the pros are that you can set your monthly bank transfers, you can pay bills, you can do mobile check deposits. Not all banks have that, so it is a real cool feature that HSBC Bank has. Some cons are it has a $1 minimum balance. So if you ever go under $1, might not be the bank for you. Obviously that's not very high. It is very good to get started, but a lot of banks also have zero minimum deposits. So if you want zero instead of $1, might not be the bank for you. The mobile app sucks buns. I looked through it in the App Store. It's rated 1.4 out of 5 stars and it's so bad. People are saying it's not user friendly. A lot of people are saying it's slow to operate. You can't even get in touch with customer service, so it kind of does suck. As an online banking service, that your online platform or your mobile platform rather is not the best. Next is Marcus by Goldman Sachs. That's offering currently a 0.80% interest rate. I actually bank with them. They did just slash their interest rates from 1% to 0.8% maybe like 4 days ago. It hurt my soul. I was like, all right, time to get this money out of here because they playing games. They're not doing it. Some pros are that it offers a $0 minimum, no maintenance fees, no monthly fees, things like that. At the time I started with Marcus, they were offering 0.10% higher than majority of the high yield savings interest rates. And I just decided to put my money in there. Some cons are that it is very hard to transfer money in and out of Marcus. It takes up to 4 days, and it's fine if you don't see yourself transferring money in and out of the account because it is a savings account. You're technically supposed to leave it alone. But for me, I just wanted to put some money in there to even out some numbers or take some money out because, you know, sometimes that's life, but it wasn't the best. It would take forever and it would delay me so much. Or if you want to transfer, you'd have to do a wire transfer or an ACH transfer, which is costly and sometimes pointless. Number 3 on the list is Discover. Discover has a 0.95% interest rate. A lot of people know Discover for its starter credit cards, its student cards, its cash back rewards programs, and things like that. So Discover all around, to me, is a really good brand. As for its high yield savings accounts, some pros are that it has a $0 minimum, a very user-friendly app. It's very easy to navigate. It's overall a good bank, not just in online savings. So you'll have access to checks, you'll have access to ATM debit cards, and checkings and savings accounts. So if you want to do all of that in one and not just have a savings account, Discover might be right for you. Like a lot of the other banks, they don't have any fees. No maintenance fees, no billing fees, etc. Number 2 on the list is American Express High Yield Savings. They're currently offering 1% interest rates. I know a lot of people think about American Express as their credit cards, their super expensive credit card programs, their loyalty programs, and all that stuff, but they have a lot of other stuff to offer. Again, like the other banks, you don't have to have any money to start your account. There's no maintenance fee, and it is a very reputable and well-known bank. Like some of the other banks, it is not a full service banking account, it is just a savings account. So unless you have its credit card, you don't have a checking account or access to checks and things like that, if that's important to you. If you make a deposit, it can take up to 5 days to get into your account, which to me is kind of crazy because in this day and age, you need your money and you need it now.
It's my money and I need it now! It's my money and I need it now!
And my all-time favorite that I probably will be switching my money to very soon is Ally Bank. They're currently offering the same as American Express, which is the 1% interest rate, but they are slow to adapt to those interest rates slashing. A lot of interest rates have been going down and down and down, but Ally Bank has remained pretty consistent and pretty competitive in the market. Its pros are that it has great customer support. You can call or chat them 24/7 any time of the day or night. Like the other banks, there are 0 maintenance fees and you don't need any money to start this account. So it's pretty good. I think one of my favorite parts of Ally Bank is the fact that it also is a platform in which you can trade stocks and ETFs freely. With Ally Bank, you can divide your savings into buckets. So if you have money set aside for like a house or a car or a laptop or something like that, you can kind of divide it up into buckets and see how much you're saving towards your goal. Another con is that they don't have any physical banks. So if that is important to you, if you want to be able to go into your bank and access your funds and you don't like online banking or mobile banking, that might not be the place for you. So those are my favorite top 5 banks, guys. Obviously, all of them have really good interest rates, better than the average Bank of America or Chase Bank interest rate, but some are better and some are worse. Some obviously have their pros and cons, and so it just depends on what you like to do and how you like to manage your money. So guys, that's all for today. These are the top 5 banks that I wanted to review that have higher interest rates and really good customer service and other good qualities and attributes that I look for in some banks. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to put them in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button because it really helps me out, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks guys, and see you next time.